This program is part of the Cosmic Potato Podcast Network. For more shows like this, visit our website at cosmicpotatonetwork.com.
Watching television, watching television. Watching television, watching television. I need all the image, I need all the sound. I know the info right into my mind.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial by Pilot. This is the show where we judge an entire series of television and the work of hundreds on one episode. I'm Bill Lynch.
I'm Elizabeth Lynch.
And a lot has happened since our last episode. I have become a TikTok influencer.
Congratulations. I'm really proud.
Except the joke's on me. Because, so I started at like a science, ecology kind of TikTok and posted something about the New Jersey Pine Barrens. And it's got like right now 220,000 views and like 30,000 likes or something. But everyone that's following me...
Humble brag.
Many, well, kind of, but... Many of the people that are following me are very conservative people from South Jersey who just like, you know, followed me from like the New Jersey hashtag or the Pine Barrens or whatever. And so when they see my like pro-trans, pro-LGBTQ, like anti-Fox News posts, they're all going to unfollow me.
Right.
So...
How do you know that, like, can you tell, did you like click through them to see? Like, how do you know your demographic?
Not everybody, but... The people that are commenting, like you could just see by their profile pictures and you could tell,
okay.
yeah. Or it's like, you know.
How can they not tell by your profile
Mary
picture?
Ann 88713 and she has an American flag as a profile picture. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure she's conservative. I mean, my profile picture is just my face.
Right.
But I mean, my bio is like, you know, I have my pronouns in there and I say what I'm going to talk about, environmental justice and ecology. And
Are you wearing your NJCF fleece in your videos?
No. Why?
Oh, I just thought that would like give you away as like someone who worked for like an environmental nonprofit. Yeah. Like,
so my fame will be short-lived, but I'm going to...
Well, congratulations. You know what? We all get our 15 minutes. I don't know when mine's coming, but...
Well, it can come right now as you talk about this musical comedy that we watched.
Oh my gosh.
Schmigadoon.
Finally. Finally.
Enough with the fantasy, enough with the cartoons.
Finally, I just want something about the golden age of musicals.
Elizabeth said, God damn it, we're watching Schmigadoon!
Yeah.
Exclamation point on Apple TV Plus.
Pop quiz. What musical is this name a parody of?
Oklahoma.
No, I'm sorry.
I have no idea.
Brigadoon.
Ah, I've heard of that. I'm quite sure I haven't seen it.
But like the opening number, like the first musical number was definitely Oklahoma.
Oh, that's why I thought.
Yeah, Oklahoma,
yeah.
Yeah.
And does the title of Oklahoma have an exclamation point?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's parodying a lot of...
It's parodying all of them.
Yeah.
I just like the name of like, because Brigadoon is such a ridiculous name. I like that they just called it Schmigadoon. Because why the hell not?
All right, I actually appreciate the name much more now. Brigadoon, Schmigadoon. And so we meet Melissa first, delivering a baby, and then we meet Josh, who works in the same hospital. He's like performing knee surgery or something. And they meet at the vending machine in the hall where her Snickers bar is stuck, and he like tells her exactly where to kick. And when she does, the whole thing empties out in this like cascading waterfall of crunchy, salty, and sweet snacks. It was the most beautiful scene I've seen on television. I'm sorry. I told myself I wasn't going to cry.
I did think that was amazing. I was like, wow, I would look at him like that too.
And then the candy gets thrown onto the hotel bed where they start to make out. And then we immediately jump to 1 year later. They're at a fancy restaurant. She's giving a heartfelt toast to their love. And he just says, I feel the same way. And she's like taken aback.
Just remind you of anyone? It's strange. I don't know anyone like that.
I've never related to a character more than this guy. in so many scenes of this show.
I know, but you're better than him.
I'm just kidding. For the most part. And so she's like, that's all you have to say? Until the waitress comes over and says, do you want to see the dessert tray? And she opens up the clasp. What is it called?
Cloche.
The clasp.
The clasp.
I knew it was called a cloche.
Okay, but you didn't call it
Hold
that.
on, I'm going to edit that part out. And then she shows you... She opens up a cloche, and all the snacks dump out onto the table.
And that's when I was like, that's Bill. Because that's the kind of thing you go for. Not the obvious
Oh, well, I'm not going to
speech.
say anything sappy. Yeah.
You're not going to say it.
Right.
But you're going to win me over with lots of Kit Kats.
Snacks. Then 3 years later, they're in bed. I think it was on their anniversary again. They're just like in bed early. He's falling asleep as she's watching TV and eating a Snickers. And we see a bunch of like relationship advice books stacked up on her nightstand. So things aren't going great.
Right.
And then a month later, we see they're at some kind of like hippie relationship building retreat
Yeah.
in the woods.
Going on a hike with these like two like hippy dippy relationship leader. Like it's a couple, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they immediately get lost on a hike in the pouring rain. And, you know, she's upset about the whole thing. He lost like her heart rock that they gave him. And he's not really taking it seriously. So they're arguing. But then they hear church bells off in the distance. And so they walk towards them and they see a stone bridge going into the fog. So they walk through it. And when they emerge on the other side, the fog's gone. The sun is shining on a bunch of like fake trees and plants and flowers. And there's a little plaque that says, "Welcome to the town of Schmigadoon." So they enter the town, and the whole place in this like town courtyard just bursts into song.
Right.
And this is a scene that I do relate to Josh, because she's just like, oh no.
Now, what's wrong with musicals? You used to love Crazy for You. You listened to that soundtrack. Don't pretend you didn't listen to that soundtrack in your minivan.
Yeah, that's a good soundtrack.
Yeah.
The mayor is played by Alan Cummings. The preacher and his wife are played by Fred Armisen and Kristen Chenoweth. Although Kristen Chenoweth is really like the power one of that couple.
Yeah.
She's like running the show. And
Yeah.
she is there in Schmigadoon to uphold the law of God, she says.
Right. Because there's always one in every musical.
Is this like a big musical trope?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every character you saw is a big musical trope.
Okay.
Okay. Every single one.
And so she's questioning Josh and Melissa's relationship since they're not wearing wedding rings. But they are convinced to stay at the town inn, with 2 rooms by the insistence of the preacher's wife.
For $1.
Yes, for $1. And then Josh does say something funny. You know, she's like, all right, I admit it is like a little bit crazy here. And he's like, yeah, see, I just want to hate this together with you. Like, is it so wrong? I just want all these people to die. And they go into their own rooms and they plan to meet up at 7:00 to go to the Tunnel of Love ride. But at 7:00, he's snoring away in his room. And so Melissa goes out there alone and is talking to Danny, who had like, I don't know, quasi cat called her before, like, hey, first ride on the Tunnel of Love is free on me, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. And so he bursts out into song, insisting that she can't tame him.
This was fantastic.
Go ahead.
It was just like everything, you know, he's just like that bad boy, that rapscallion.
Yeah.
You know, and then he's like, wait, are you trying to hold me down? Are you trying to put the moves on me? And he just like,
And she's like, no.
no. And he just like goes into this like whole, I mean, there's just one in every musical. You can't hold me down. Like, and here's the thing. I don't know structures of musicals. I've never written one before. I've been in them and I enjoy watching them, but I'm not like an expert. I don't know every single musical. But like, there is a formula
Sure.
that I don't know to the songs.
Yeah.
You know, like there's got to always, you know, there's like the big like opening number, and I'm sure someone that listens to this would be able to tell me exactly what it is I'm trying to say. But his was exactly like that. There's just always one explaining like this one other like random character. You know what I mean? Like kind of like, let me like
Sure.
tell you all about me in like this, in this very specific key and beat. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So, you know, at the end, she still thinks this is a performance for
Right.
like tourists. That's what
that's what they think.
they think the whole time.
Yeah.
And so at the end, she's like, okay, this is getting a little weird. I'm going to go to bed.
Yeah.
Although,
And he acts like he didn't just sing.
right. He's like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? Yeah.
Although a couple times she is like starting to lean in for like maybe a potential kiss or something.
She wants some affection.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, are you excusing her
I'm not.
attempts at infidelity?
No, I'm not.
If it had been Josh, would you be saying the same thing?
No, I'm saying.
Exactly, you wouldn't.
Okay. Relax.
I'm just saying.
Now I'm not talking about us.
I'm
okay?
tired of men being persecuted.
Oh God. Not all men, my man. No, but clearly he's like not showing her any affection, and that's
Right.
she's trying to connect with someone.
Right. So the next morning, the two of them are sitting down for breakfast outside, and the waitress comes over and mentions their famous corn pudding. And Melissa's like, I'm sorry, what's that? Corn pudding? I've never had that. And of course, the entire town is in the courtyard in the town square, and they all turn to her. You've never had corn pudding? And they bust out into a full song just about corn pudding, which was pretty funny. And it wraps up, and Josh is like, we have to go. Like, I can't believe we just listened to 5 minutes about corn pudding. And they turn and they go, did you say corn pudding? And they start to sing again.
I'm just trying to see if, like, what song, like, okay, in Crazy for You, what song do you think would be
I don't
corn
remember
pudding?
any of those songs.
You don't?
No.
Oh, okay. If I named some of them, would you get? I'm kind of comparing it to like maybe Stiff Upper Lip, but maybe that's wrong.
I don't remember that.
Stiff upper lip, that fella, carry on, old bluff, chin up.
I vaguely remember it now.
All right. Damn it. I should have worked on this earlier.
Yeah,
because I
this is
think I
not the time
could go
to-
through every musical and pick out which song matches what.
Do it on the recap.
All right. Good idea. That's my game.
Okay.
Called it.
So they start to sing it again. He's like, okay, we're out of here. And so they rush out of town. And they get back to the bridge and they start walking across it. But when they get to the top, they look across and they just see Schmigadoon again.
Right.
And they turn and they turn.
It's like this endless circle.
And both ways, you just go back to Schmigadoon.
It's like that scene in Hilda when they try to get out of, when like Woodman and Hilda try to get out of that house, the like fake house of hers in the woods, and they can't. Every time they go like up the stairs, they end up being...
For all of our listeners that watch the children's show Hilda on
Well,
Netflix.
did you listen to our episode?
Maybe. And so eventually Leprechaun Martin Short shows up singing about how
Creeper.
the only way out of Schmigadoon is to find true love first. And then he vanishes. Mm-hmm. And this is when they realize like, oh shit, like we're in an actual musical.
Yeah.
And so they're like, hey, wait a second. We're in love, right? Yeah, we're in love. I love you. I love you too. And so they like announce it loudly. Hey, Mr. Leprechaun, we're in love. And they walk over the bridge as this like triumphant sweeping music starts to play. And then they get to the top and it's just Schmigadoon both ways again.
Yeah.
And that's where the pilot ends.
It's sad because they don't really love each other.
That's true. Yeah. Maybe this show's going to get really fucking dark.
Again, most musicals do at some point.
What did you
Have
think
you ever seen Oklahoma?
I don't think so.
Oh. Mary was in it. I saw that a few times. Yeah.
What did you think of Schmigadoon?
I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm going to keep watching it. I just kind of want to see how far they can push all of these musical tropes and like with the cast that they have, like Jane Krakowski hasn't even made her appearance yet.
Oh, I did see her in the trailer.
And I am guessing that she's going to become, what's the husband's name? Or not husband.
Josh.
I think she's going to become like Josh's love interest because that just makes sense. I feel like Kristen Chenoweth is always going to be like some version of that character that she's playing.
Okay.
And Jane Krakowski's always going to be like some version of that. Like anytime there's like a musical TV show, I feel like they're going to show up and like be, in my mind. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. I love Alan Cumming.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see. I hope he has a song. I'm sure he will. Why would you put him in a musical and not give
Oh,
him
I'm sure
one.
he will. Yeah, he's the
So
mayor.
I'm just kind of excited for all of that. It's just kind of like all the things that I've been missing of like being able to see live theater, being able to see these performances. Like, I feel like, I don't know, it's just exciting. Something about it felt very exciting. Because I feel like these are people who probably haven't all worked in the last year. At least most of
Right.
like the background cast too.
Yeah.
You know? So it just feels like an exciting show.
I don't know anything about the creators or writers, but I wonder if it kind of stemmed from that. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good question.
I don't know what the timeline is because the pandemic really only started about 18 months ago. So this might have already been in some type of production.
Yeah, that's true. But I like to, it sounds better to say that like this
Like they
is where
realized
it came from.
like there wasn't going to be any live theater. This was
Yeah.
kind of a play on that. Clearly some of the cast is just incredibly talented. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'm crazy about Cecily Strong, to be honest.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
And Keegan-Michael Key's fine. He was fine.
He can be funnier. I've seen him be funnier than he was in this.
Yes, sure.
And I think with her, I think that she's not doing anything very exciting.
Right.
And maybe that's okay. Because they are not the characters in the musical. Everyone else is like over the top.
Right, but you still want to care about that character.
Yeah, there's something like a little bit like too cool about them both. Like too cool for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but I agree. She's not my favorite actress, but she's not bad either. So
I mean, I didn't come in with any preconceived notions because I haven't really seen her in much other than like, I don't know, a couple SNL skits and like sketches elsewhere. And I thought she was funny. Mm-hmm. But as I've been watching this, I'm like, oh, she's not really very interesting in this role.
Right. It's not a very dynamic role.
Right. And there was some funny stuff in there. It wasn't hilarious, but there were some like funny one-liners. The corn pudding song was funny. I'm wondering if I would have. I did not enjoy it.
Right.
But I'm wondering if I would have enjoyed it more if I was really into musicals and like picked up on like, oh, they're really pushing this button now.
You don't think you know from seeing me in shows?
I mean, I get what they were doing.
Yeah.
And like you said, like kind of like the structure and like where songs fit.
Yeah.
I got that, but I'm sure there's stuff that I'm missing too.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know like the mayor and the preacher's wife and all that stuff. Like I haven't seen that many musicals.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know.
Too bad for you.
I don't know if that's a necessity to get the show, quote unquote, or think it's funny.
I don't think it is.
But yeah, I'm sure there's
It
stuff I didn't
just
get.
makes theater people feel like they're like in on the joke.
Yeah, they definitely need another excuse to be snooty.
We love our inside jokes. We love the things that happened at that one rehearsal that you weren't there at, so you don't know. So we can all say this, but you don't get it.
I was on crew. What's it called? Those people in the back that wear black?
Stage crew?
Yeah, crew,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The people in the back.
You know those insignificant people back there.
They're not insignificant. If anything, the show wouldn't go on without them. Have you ever been in a cast versus crew fight?
No, but I was trying to stir one up and it worked.
I've been both, so I get it.
Again, this was only 20 something minutes.
I loved that. It would have been ridiculous if it was an hour. I think that would have been asking too much of people,
yeah.
right?
Oh, there's 0% chance I would
Yeah.
continue to watch.
It needs to be just fun and light.
It is on Apple TV Plus, which is kind of a pain in the butt to watch.
Not for us, thanks to the Lamb Burglar.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I just watched it on my laptop through legal means. But
Didn't I give you...
oh, no, you're right.
Yeah, I gave you the
Yeah.
password.
Oh, yeah. No, so we did
Yes,
watch
it would. So we finally have access to it legally now because I was trying to watch it illegally on your laptop last night and it wasn't working.
Don't incriminate us.
What?
I'll bleep that
And then
part
I
out.
was like, okay, someone, I need your password. So thanks, Lamb Burglar.
Do you think Schmigadoon will get a second season?
don't know. That's really hard to say. I feel like there hasn't ever been anything like this. Like, I don't know where the story's going.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to just be like this, like, one really funny bit that goes on, and then that's it? Like, where else can you take it? I don't know. Well, that remains to be seen, because it's released weekly, right?
I think so.
I think it's released weekly, so we really have no idea where it's going.
Yeah, because it's in this like tiny town. The cast isn't that big.
And like, musicals exist in like one
Listen,
like happen. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, sure. That doesn't mean anything. It's a TV
No.
show. If it does really well and people want to do another season, then they'll do another season.
Of course.
And they'll find a way probably to do it creatively.
yeah.
Would you recommend Schmigadoon?
Yes, I would.
Wow.
It's very fun.
Yeah, I would if you were in musicals in high school.
You're gonna watch this with me, right?
Maybe.
It's fine. It's fine if you're not that interested in it.
I mean, I'm not,
just-
but I also didn't dislike it. I mean, I thought it was
Yeah.
well done. It's just not really my style of show. But I would watch at least maybe the second episode to see.
Yeah, that's fair. This is just one of those things where I wish you would give one of my hobbies like more time. Like
One of your
more
hobbies of
weight.
watching TV?
No.
Because I started a podcast just for that.
No, of enjoying theater and musicals, but you have a very narrow thing. Like, if we're gonna go see a play, like, you want to see like specific things.
What?
Like, you want to see like more. I don't know. I just feel like you're not that into musicals.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I wish you would give them more of a chance, is what I'm saying. You know.
Well, if this TV show can serve as me giving musicals a chance and not actually going to a musical, then I'll watch it with you.
What is the problem with musicals? I just want to know.
I'm just an old grumpy man, and I don't want to hear all this goofy, happy singing.
It's not all goofy, happy singing. Did you ever see Les Mis?
I think I did once.
Yeah?
I think so.
Oh, maybe when I did the costumes, I made you go see it.
Yeah.
That might have been
But
it.
jumping back to me starting this podcast, do you remember when I started this and came up with the idea and came up with the name?
Oh my God. Casey, do you want to weigh in here? Don't worry, we're going to get a text from Casey tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Anything else on Schmigadoon?
Remember when I came up with the logo, but really I did and picked the theme song?
You're talking about me, right?
No. Anyway. So that's all I have to say about Schmigadoon.
Okay. If you have suggestions on shows for us to watch, you can email us at trialbypilot@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at trialbypilot. And please go on to Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, wherever you're listening to this. Subscribe to the show, leave a review, and tell a friend.
And thank you to the Beats for providing our theme music.
Thank you, Beats.
Bye.
Bye.
Watching